This is your guy. Please give Mahomes a letter grade for his performance.
I'm just grading this test. He's taken a lot of tests, and he's aced them, a lot of them. But this test, he failed. He got an F.
Oh.
There's nowhere
Shannon
around it.
Sharpe gives my homeboy an F.
No.
Love it.
Ooh.
Shannon Sharpe will always be fair. I mean, a lot of people think I don't like their team or don't like a certain player, but I'm going to call it like I see it. My homeboys failed this test. Now, he's aced a lot of tests in the regular season and the playoffs, but not this one. He got pressure. He was off early, and I said this had to happen. He needed to be off a little early, and he was. He missed a few throws, and then the pressure, it just started coming. He threw 2 interceptions. 6 times they got the ball to the 30-yard line of the Buccaneers, and they came away with 9 points. That's not good enough.
No.
He's too good to allow that to happen. And he never put Tampa in a situation where they had to do anything other than do what they were doing. Maybe if they can get the ball game tied up and they can say, no, we got to come out of this cover. He's found a rhythm. We got to come out of this cover too. But never made him. He never put Tampa in fear, and they were able to do what they wanted to do defensively. And it's just disappointing considering how great he is and how I believe he'll bounce back. But the test last night, Super Bowl 55 test that was given to Patrick Mahomes, he got a failing grade.
Thank you for your objectivity, Mr. Sharpe. Maybe it's that bow tie today. I don't know.
Well, actually, I came out here to gloat. You know, I thought I was going to be all, nice and deep. I would go town and hey, you were sitting there with Tom Brady jersey.
You know, I thought about borrowing your goat mask today because I think I deserve to wear it today.
You deserved it to go today.
But during the pandemic, that would probably not be a great idea.
Right. I'll get you your own goat mask.
You have preempted me on your grades because I was thinking going into this, well, I'm going to grade Mahomes as harshly as you always grade Brady.
Yeah.
When he loses, he's flunk.
Yeah.
FFF. Dak Prescott, FFFFF.
Yeah.
So I went all the way to a D as in dog for Mahomes' performance, and I thought that was over harsh, but you went up to me. But my point is, by his lofty standards, a lot of people have already put him on the GOAT pedestal, as in he's obviously eye test, greatest of all time. We've never seen anything like this. The arm talent, the no looks, the left-handed passes. I keep waiting for behind the back and between the legs. He's got the greenest light in the history of quarterbacks from the coach who moved up in the draft to snatch him 10th overall. Yep. And it was a great pick because he has lived up as an MVP and a Super Bowl champion and MVP. But I thought he was subpar last year, and he got away with it with a late third-quarter interception in the Super Bowl against San Francisco and an early fourth quarter. They were down 20-10 both times. Then we had that fateful play on 3rd and 15 from their 35, in which I thought he basically just closed his eyes with a rusher right in his face and threw it up for grabs in the left flat, and Tyreek had to stop, come back, wave for a fair catch, and fair catch it for a 44-yard gain that changed the whole Super Bowl.
Right.
He was fortunate last year. He was up against a Garoppolo in the fourth quarter who went 3 for 11 for a grand total of 36 yards with an interception, missed Emmanuel Sanders with a late throw in which he had a step on the defender at the goal line, and it could have won the game. It could have changed the game. Mahomes would have gotten the ball back with a minute and a half left. Maybe he could have gone Brady and pulled it out. But the point was, he was not up against Jimmy Garoppolo last night. Right. This was Tom Brady on Tom's home turf. So my problem with Mahomes was he did miss some early throws. And I thought, because this kid's got guts, he's got moxie, I thought he started to flinch in the pocket a little bit after they got to him early. I thought he started, as they say, seeing ghosts and bailing a little before he needed to. I did not see him stand strong and say, I'm going to hit this quicker route to Kelsey or whoever it was to try to maintain ball control, because he was like, I'm going to bail, I'm going to scramble, and I'm going to make the spectacular play.
Well, the problem is, Skip, is that in that situation, they don't have a lot of quick throws. everything is to push the ball down the field.
Yep.
So he needs time to do that. And see what they're doing when you can play cover 2 and you can drop 7, all the quick throws are taken by your 3 linebackers that's playing underneath.
And those 2 linebackers can really cover.
They can fly.
Because Levante was all over Kelsey much of the night.
Yes.
And I give him high credit for that.
Yes. So it makes it. Now, Skip, granted, I think you and I both believe that the test that Mahomes was taking was a little bit more difficult than the test Brady was taking because the defense that Mahomes was up against was a lot more stiffer.
I will give you that. He was pressured 24 total times, which was a Super Bowl record. Brady was pressured 5 times. I'm going to give you that. He's down his 2 tackles, but he is so overhyped to me. He's on such a lofty pedestal that I did expect more from him, even under those dire circumstances.
I just thought, I expected more, Skip. I just thought there were some throws. And like I said, he didn't get any help early. And I think in a situation like that, when your quarterback's struggling, sometimes, Skip, you just need to make a play for him.
So because they had roared back, obviously, at home against the Texans and roared back against the Titans in the AFC Championship game and roared back from 20-10 down in the fourth quarter against San Francisco in the Super Bowl, I'm still thinking, this is still going to be a football game, and it's going to go down to the wire as we entered the fourth quarter. It was still it was already 31-9 at that point, and there was a key play that caught my eye, maybe not yours. It was 2nd and 9 at the 11-yard line. So Mahomes has got it in striking distance, and he scrambles to his right, and he had Demarcus Robinson, I thought, pretty open right here. That's a pretty easy throw, and he just missed him. Yeah. That's one where I thought he's open.
I would have threw that to Tyreek.
Would you? Well,
I would.
Okay, well, he just missed him. Okay, that's a touchdown there. That was just high and wild. Like he's looking and he sees, I got him, and he just overthrew him. That's not the MVP of the Super Bowl and the regular season. Okay, so that was a key play because if he makes that one, all of a sudden it's 31-16, and there's a ton of time. There's like 13, 14 minutes left, right? Okay, and then it starts to get dicey. You get one stop, you get the ball back, and all of a sudden it's 31-23. It's a 1-score game, right? Okay, so he missed that. So then I look at what he did for the whole game, and this is fascinating to me. He throws for 9 yards in the first quarter. That was shocking to me. And that's when he missed some open, deeper throws. He threw for 58 yards in the second quarter, started to get some rhythm, but that's only 63 total yards at halftime. That's not great. And then in the third quarter, he threw for only 47 yards when it was time to step down on the accelerator, right?
Yes, because, Skip, what they needed to have happen, they needed to come out of the locker room, Skip, and get a touchdown.
They did.
That's what they needed.
Okay, so he has 110 total yards passing through 3 quarters. Really? And by that point, it's 31-3.
It's over, though.
So guess what he did in the fourth quarter? He threw it was 12 of 21 for 156 yards in the fourth quarter and scored 0 points. How do you do that?
Right.
Well, it's because red zone. Tampa's been really tough in the red zone, man. They bow their backs. He could not get the ball in the end zone, and finally Devin White just ended it with the interception, obviously.
Right.
But my point is, 156 of his yards come in the fourth quarter, and you would call those, you have discounted those yards.
Yeah, they're empty calories.
They're just empty calories, right? Because it's already 31-9.
Yeah, it don't mean nothing.
Unless you cash that first one, then I'm not impressed.
Right.
And I wasn't impressed all night long. Okay? So I go D, but you go F. So I'll go with your F. I give him an F. I go with Professor Sharpe.
I changed your mind. Just like I said, I believe he's that good. And he missed some throws early. And the thing that he could ill afford was not let Tampa get out and get comfortable. He let them settle in. Brady got settled in. That defense really got settled in. They felt they had keys to okay, this is what they like to do. JPP, front four. Skip, that front four was, think about it. Washington, with a quarterback that was studying online to get an engineering degree, scored more points than Patrick Mahomes in that offense.
Yeah. Taylor Heineke went up and down the field on that defense. He did.
He threw for 300.
Yeah, he did. They moved the football great. But that defense got better and better, and I still think it goes back to the backflip. There was raw emotion played by the defense last night because they did not want to get embarrassed by Tyreek again.
Todd put him in some great situations.
He
said, hey, Go hunting. That's what Wade Phillips, you can play one coverage skill. When you got 4 guys that can just go get home.
Yep.
But I'm not surprised because remember, Von Miller won the Super Bowl MVP going against Mike Remmers. He was the right tackle at Carolina. People forget that. He was the right tackle.
He was.
So Shaq Barrett was on that team, even though Shaq was a special teams player. He's like, oh, okay, yeah. Guys, we can have our way with him.
Yep, I agree. Last quick point about Patrick Mahomes. This is just my 2 cents from a distance. He's going to have to play a little more conventionally going forward to be the star that everybody thinks he's going to be.
He's going to be right back next year in the Super Bowl.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.